I was one of those kids that sat by myself at lunch. Friendship breakups are way worse than romantic ones. I am super, super socially awkward to the point where I would be in tears in public. Hello, welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm Ebony Assassin, and today I'm going to talk about why we don't have no friends, you don't have no friends, everybody claiming they don't have any friends. Is it an epidemic or is it for real? Let's look at it. I got some notes. Do you really not have friends, or do you feel like you don't have friends? Do you have a cousin you do stuff with all the time? Then yeah, you have friends. Even though that's a relative, that's still a friend. So having no friends means having no companionship, having no one to share life experiences with, to talk to advise to. And most of the time people exaggerate, and you definitely have somebody like that in your life. Like, let's really examine it for a second. Oh, by the way, this is like a fake plant on my desk, just in case you're weirded out by random objects. Let's just really get down to the reasons why you don't have any friends. You are going through a spiritual awakening. And before you say, I'm not spiritual, I don't believe in that mumbo jumbo, I don't like astrology, someone can still go through a spiritual awakening even though you don't believe in spiritual stuff. Because science is still real. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. So if we are energy, we made up of atoms and all that good stuff, just bringing you to science class real quick, then we can still evolve and transform. And sometimes when you are going through a spiritual awakening, you are literally put into isolation. It is definitely something that you should embrace instead of saying, why me? Figure out, what is this trying to teach me in this moment? I have always been someone who was surrounded by a lot of people, but I don't necessarily feel like I belong, or I don't feel like I can call any type of group or place home, because I just feel like I still stick out like a sore thumb. So because of that, I feel like a lot of my experiences with people always ends up expiring or fizzling out. There was one time that I was invited to go to some club or party or concert-y thing, I'm not really sure what it was, with someone that I met online. We've been online friends for like 5 years, okay? One miscommunication led to another, and I'm getting the silent treatment throughout the concert. I was devastated. I cried all the way home. I didn't know that this relationship was so disposable. So maybe that friendship ending was a blessing in disguise for the both of us. So when I lost that friend from the Twitter universe, I realized maybe I'm outgrowing that environment, outgrowing make jokes all day on people's roast sessions and stuff like that. And I gained a lot of followers because I made a lot of jokes. But at the end of the day, that type of life I was definitely moving away from. When you used to have friends and now you don't have friends anymore, maybe you're going through an environmental shift. I remember around 2015 or 2016, I stopped eating meat altogether, like cold turkey. I just felt so sluggish and low when I ate meat. It's nothing against meat eaters. It was not what I was really on. I felt a spiritual pull to just stop doing certain things. I felt like, okay, if I could just eat more greens, I could eat more vegetables, I could eat more fruit, more light type of foods, I can perform better. And I did. And I felt like I could get out of bed better. And I did. And it was just something that I had to go through. And even just activities that I would do with certain friends. We would go to, I remember going to this bodega and getting coffee or whatever and pouring the coffee out and putting whatever we wanted to put in there and make it seem like, oh, we drinking coffee, but we're really messed up at the museum. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like there's certain parts of your life that you just can't be doing certain things. And so I feel like in certain parts of your life, you can't be around certain people. You can't be friends with certain people because it's going to be a hindrance. The paths you're going on, they're going like this instead of like this. At the end of the day, like, you shouldn't force anybody to be your friend. You shouldn't force anyone to try to do conflict resolution with you. It shouldn't feel like you're accommodating too much of yourself and too much of your life to just be friends with people. If you do fall out with someone and now that results in you not having any friends, understand that it is not your fault always. It takes two people, so don't completely be like it's all your fault. Everybody knows people come into your life, season, reason, purpose, all that good stuff. That's like real. It's a true thing. And you definitely should be learning something anytime someone enters your life and then leaves. When you really are in it, you're in the spiritual awakening, you're in your isolation, you're in your hermit mode, you might not have any friends. And if it is because of the result of the loss of friends, just know it's not a loss. Don't beat yourself up about it because it's just not worth it. Life is completely unpredictable. It's unwritten. Yes, we have free will and we could choose our choices, but just know, just because you can choose your choice doesn't mean you could choose your circumstance. Like, you just don't know what the effect really will be until you're in it. If you have no friends because you're in a spiritual awakening, just know there is a light at the end of there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and that you will find your soul family. Because when you find people that are like-minded like you, when you find like an actual soul family, people that really embrace you, that embrace your hobbies, that you share interests, you share work ethic, you don't always have to go out, you don't have to go to every nightclub, you guys could chill, go on a hike, maybe you can share ideas or investments, interests. If you don't have friends that care about stuff like that, maybe you can create an environment where you can meet friends that have those interests. We're gonna get there. I feel like I have gone through this isolation phase 2 or 3 times already, and every single time it's been difficult. Every single time it feels like, dang, I want companionship, because you know what? As human beings, we all deserve companionship. We all deserve to be understood and heard and feel loved. That's like not hard, and it shouldn't feel like this pipe dream of anyone's. Another reason why you could probably not have any friends is because it's your fault. You probably like being by yourself. If someone invites you somewhere, you say no. If somebody is trying to be your friend, you kind of pull back, and then you complain that no one wants to be your friend. If you're shy, if you feel like they're making fun of you, it's all in your head. Your anxiety lies to you. Even if you feel like you're so undesirable, you're so uninteresting, you're all these things, there are tons of people out there that also want companionship. They are probably just as interested in the things you're interested in. If you could just take a hold of your anxiety and just really throw it in the garbage for like 2 seconds and really say yes to something that you want to say no to, or hang out with somebody that you've never hung out with before, that you were interested in being friends with, and your whole entire life will be different. I'm gonna just start saying loser stuff now, which is really, I need to sip. I have a confession to make. I am super, super socially awkward to the point where I would be in tears in public. It started when I was 3 years old. The first time that I've ever cried in public because I was so socially awkward was because of this art project. And there was this girl who was in my class. She just self-declared queen bee type of thing. And I was just a kid that was enjoying being a kid and enjoying the art stuff. And so I would draw something and everyone always think it's cool. Like, oh my God, that's so cool. That's so nice. But she never liked it. And she's always just like, it's so ugly. And one day I just was tired of it and I just cried. She enjoyed the fact that I was crying. Like, she was just like, I can still see your ugly picture. It's still so ugly. I'm laughing now, but as a kid I was devastated. So I'm crying and I'm dramatic and I'm crying and I'm holding my picture like this and I'm crumpling it up and I'm crying in it like a tissue. I can't believe I'm telling this story. Ever since then, I just felt so apprehensive about always wanting to be friends with people. And even as an adult, I really struggle with this. Just because people around you doesn't mean that they're your friend. That childhood moment was a catalyst for how I view people in general and how I interact. Most people look at me and they think, oh wow, she's so energetic, she's so out there, she probably has tons of friends and she probably talks all the time. It's really not like that. I was one of those kids that sat by myself at lunch. It happened in middle school and it happened in high school. I never made friends easy enough to have like a friend circle and a friend group that I could actually sit with and it's like cohesive. The solution that I found with making friends with having no friends is that I had to put myself out there. Instead of sitting by myself at a table, at a lunchroom table, I went and sat at a table that was halfway full, and then the other part that was empty, I sat at the end. It also helped other people know that I was open to being talked to. Sometimes when people sit by themselves, people don't know how to approach you. People don't know how to talk to you. People don't know if they can be your friend. And so I was just trying to make it aware and known that I do want friends and I do want to have companionship. Once again, if you have no friends because you are a loner, you can put yourself out there in the smallest of ways. Social media has revolutionized how we talk to each other, how we can interact. Like, so people could be on apps all day thinking they're social because digitally you've talked to maybe 10, 15, 20 people, you've watched 50 videos. It's like, yeah, I know this person and I've hung out with this person. Oh, I've seen this person's house. I did this. I've seen their kids grow up because I'm their friend online, which is great, which is awesome. However, I do feel like as human beings, physically being in front of someone is still warranted for our mental health as well. Eventually, maybe you can meet these online friends in person and see what that vibe's giving. That's all that happened with me, but that actually doesn't happen often. I think maybe another reason why you don't have any friends is because you have trust issues. You don't trust people. That's very valid. In the wave of the internet, we can make friends online. How are we supposed to trust these people that we've never even met? Furthermore, how can we trust people that we do know and that are in our waking life? Maybe we don't want to think of, I might not have any friends for real. I'm not on the same wavelength as these people. I'm not thinking about what they're thinking about. I'm thinking about something way beyond our surface conversations. I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the environment. I'm thinking about monetary gain. I'm thinking about the future of our nation. I'm thinking about like whatever you're thinking about, you know. Friendship breakups are way worse than romantic ones. It almost feels like a betrayal in some cases because it's like this person knows so much about me. Now we can't talk anymore. That is so weird. So let's just recap, okay? You don't have any friends because you might be on a spiritual awakening journey. You might be a loner. And maybe your friends that are in your life right now might not be the ones that are for you in the future. And that all is okay, just as long as you are putting yourself out there. If you really want friends, you really want a new circle, you want to grow, you want to expand your whole entire environment, totally fine. You can put yourself out there by going to events. You can call up people. You can have phone conversations for an hour, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. Talking on the phone is better than texting. I have to literally force myself to get dressed sometimes and go out with my friends, not because I hate my friends, because I love them, okay? I'm just a lazy mofo. We should want to be surrounded by people that can make us feel good about ourselves and as well as enhance our well-being. But let me know in the comments what you think about this topic. If you like this video, want to see more videos, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you.